says, my husband and I have lost our marriage contract. Is it important to have this written document? Does it affect the validity of our marriage? I would begin by answering the last part of the question, which is whether the marriage contract, its presence, or if it is lost, affect the marriage validity or not. Of course, the answer is in the negative. It does not affect the marriage validity whatsoever. But the first part, which is it important to have this written document, that is entirely up to you and what are you guys living at. In some parts of the world, and some villages and some tribal areas, there is no marriage contract. It's a word of mouth. And basically this is how it was and how it used to be in the past. In the cities, in modern cities and in countries, the marriage contract is required to prove this kind of relationship. For instance, if you go to any hotel in Cairo, Egypt, or any city in Egypt, and you try to book a room in the hotel, you will have to present a marriage contract if you have a woman with you. You have to show that this woman is either your wife, then you have to have a marriage contract. You have it listed on your ID as a wife, or your sister, or your daughter. It isn't sufficient to say she is my wife. That won't work. Similarly, in many Muslim countries, which is a great thing, of course, to minimize, I'm saying minimize because it is impossible to eliminate, but at least to minimize the illicit relationship and the possibility of establishing outside marriage relationship. Okay? Barakallah fikum. But the presence of the written marriage contract document does not affect the marriage validity, because the mother of the believers, Aisha radiallahu anha, said that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, لا نكاح إلا بولي وشاهدي عدل. What is needed is the consent of the female guardian and two male just witnesses. So if there are more than that, that would be just fine. If a lot of people know that you are already married, that should be sufficient.